Hello, this is yours truly, Clarissa talaga, and today is 9/11. Yes, it's a grim reminder of what had happened. September 11, 2019, and it's 12:30 p.m. Philippine time. This um, content of the written communication that I will be submitting is an offshoot. It came from what has happened at the event center in Mall of Asia at Pasay. And during this summit, Tectonic Summit, I was able to avail and get exposed to the different apps, different um, programs that developers have brought to the expo so that end users like me can see how they work and how they will fit in our business setup and activities. So in this Tectonic Summit, I was able to meet up and to actually experience. I bought an app for FB based siya. So the frequently asked questions, we will not be tied down to frequently asked questions because the chatbot will be programmed to give the answers to them, whereas we can the the program features um, added added what you call that, innovations that we were able to use in the first year of our existence as an information platform. Actually, I want to say thanks to Ron. And Ron was one of the speakers, and beside him was Mr. Brian Koo of Grab Philippines. And they were able to present the direction, the technology, the ecosystem in the Philippine scene will actually their mga fearless forecast, the developments and the innovations that they are part of being major players in the respective company business. And I'd like to say once again, thank you to Chatbot Philippines. I know that he will recognize me because I still get the update from time to time. And I want to say thank you also for this photo opportunity. This is Ron and me beside their booth, and I was able to pay for the chatbot, and my IT had installed it after I came back to Lucena City. So this was me. Yan. I was there, and together with Tita Helen, siya po yung kasama ko dati. So I got to take the sampler of the innovations that they were introducing in the expo. So that's me. And this is the outcome in the here and now, after pursuing some innovations. It's really more of a custom design for each business model, because like me, as this letter will point out, I cannot just follow any business module given the some unique feature that I have. So without further ado, this is the letter that I will be presenting to Grab Philippines. Bearer of this letter, to whom it may concern, bearer of this letter, because to whom it may concern, because I really am not in the loop. I do not know who I should talk to, but just the same, I have to personally bear this communication so that the probably they've lost it or what. I would be bringing copies of the previously sent package, and that I am not a bot. I am a real human being. Bearer of this letter and valid IDs, the undersigned, has also the following personality and credentials pertinent to my concern that brought me to the receiving area of Grab Philippines here in city of Manila and in the city of Makati. I am known to my readers and network as Clarice, and the following can be said of me as well. 1. I am a Filipino citizen, which is the basis of commonality along with the Grab drivers in the Philippines. 2. I also register my car and apply for a driver's license at LTO, LTC agencies under the Department of Transportation of the Philippines. 3. I use the board as one of I use the road. I use the road as one of the motorists subject to the regulatory power of different government agencies coordinating with each other to make sure the other aspects of the life and way of life of ordinary Filipino citizens are protected via a harmonious mandate of different agencies under various departments, be it executive, legislative, or judiciary branch of the government. My legal personality, fourth, includes that of a complainant when I've raised some concerns that affected my person, my family, and my profession against Paynamics, also known as Pondo Peso as far as I'm concerned, and this has been delegated to a duly authorized representative. The mere fact that I am introducing myself this way, it means I am open to negotiation and to openly acknowledge this, and I am opening the door so that it can be addressed. Madali lang naman po akong kausap. My legal personality can best be described as an accountable party in contracts whereby these contracts have been regarded as binding and enforceable, which is why there are a lot of ongoing negotiations that we are actively addressing at this time. The uniqueness of my public persona can be seen in such a way that no other personality in the same industry, crossover industries to be more precise, that I am existing as one of the players, is in need of making a case for public knowledge. And for me as well, because this has been the farthest I'm able to reach since the year of my first Tagalog romance novel published under my name and pen name. So it's virtually an uncharted territory subject to human failings because of it. But our objective is clear enough: for the indicators of public knowledge to be anchored on acceptable benchmarks that my legal counsel is crafting to be admissible in court due to the commitments being calendared, so we can work around a realistic schedule taking into account my obligation to my family and other pending concerns. These commitments are stated in different MOA, contracts, agreements, verbal and written, so I can earn a living and pay the restructured loans, credits, and other financial liabilities. And finally, I come from the province of Quezon and city of Lucena, hence the courier delivered package that I've sent to Grab Philippines and Grab Singapore for Mr. Anthony Tan. They came from LBC Lucena City Pacific Mall because it was I who sent them and paid for the courier fees. And because of the understandable stringent identification requirement as prelude to any sound business venture or transaction, I have brought my verifiable reference in a form of sworn statement notarized by a lawyer who is personally known to me and my family. I understand that we are all answerable to somebody and that Grab Philippines must conform both to the Philippine laws and to the terms and agreements with Grab Holdings Incorporated. Having said this, may I provide a summary of quite out of the lengthy communication that I've sent previously. If I knew then what I know now, I would not have been full of preamble and useless details. But in my faith, we call it God causes all things to work together for good of those who love Him and who serves His purpose. So as I said, we're all answerable to somebody, some way, somehow. So very truly yours, Clarissa M. Talaga, the CEO and the writer, music artist. I just wanna take this opportunity also in saying that the information platform, the CEO or the person behind it, who is not quite known by this Sun postpaid, which will be terminated and deactivated in the coming days. Does it mean I'm staying in the bunker so I can be written off as a bad debt, that I will no longer let anybody, talk to me or show my face, where I should be the one, settling the obligations? So may I just read from a paragraph from my letter to Sun about this. If the reason is commonplace enough, I would not have deemed it proper to make known the circumstance of the applied deactivation of this account. However, because of previously sent formal communication, may I bring it up as a continuation or update of said FYI self-introduction. The reason for those previously sent communication and the reason for terminating this number is to address remaining confusion as to the identity of the Clarissa Garcia, who is the subscriber of this plan, who no longer exists and should be replaced with the correct identity in continuation of the Clarissa Talaga Garcia, when my record had first manifested erroneous ID and credentials in 2003 to 2004. So I am very definite about that time, the very first year when my records had shown erroneous entries. This necessitated consolidation both judicially and through extrajudicial processes in order for the old records I stand on to be entered back into the system and be recognized formally by the state. So we need to terminate this so that we will be acknowledging the incurred financial obligation of Clarissa Garcia and turn it over, connect it to the status quo, to my present status at this time. Somebody will be answering that phone and that we will be providing immediate and urgent responses. Actually, the wait has been long enough. It had encountered so many bumps on the road. And then actually the questions that I'm about to answer would not be new. We have so many family conferences and dialogues. I got to answer exclamation points like, who do you expect to pay for all these? And when the dust of emotions had settled down, to just a simmering degree to keep us to our feet while giving ample opportunity to first responders, we saw the people who remain, and it is, these identified people will be working to fulfill renegotiated deals in and out of court. Settled, diba? Settled hopefully before the month of September ends. That's why this is like a countdown or setting the venue for a trustworthy communication to be part of this coming information platform. So I cannot say anything without formalizing it in paper. That's why. This is yours truly, Clarissa Talaga.